So we'll start from data types chapter because yesterday's second part I didn't record. Okay, so I think till this second reason to require data type, I have taken the notes, but I will explain the concept once again so that it will be recorded. Okay, so we'll see what it is. Data type is defined as the type of the data or a value. For example, the data type of 5 is int. So int is a keyword here. Okay, so in keywords list it is present. So when we discuss the keywords, there are 32 keywords we have discussed. That means I have given the list. Okay, that is for basic C programming. So int with lowercase letters, it is a keyword. The meaning of that is integer. So within the bracket we have written integer, and 5.23, that is the floating point number. In mathematics it is called as real number. uh, Data type used, that is keyword used, is float. So that should be written in lowercase letters, that is small letters. So within the bracket what I have written, that is the meaning of it. Okay. Now 5 is different and 5.23 is different in terms of value as well as in terms of type. Okay, so because 5 is called as an integer, 5.23 is called as a real number in mathematics, and in programming language floating point number. Okay, for 5 we should use the keyword int, that is called data type. For 5.23 we have to use the keyword called float, that is also data type, and it is a keyword. Okay, so here data type is defined as the type of the data. Type of the data means for 5 we will call it as data type as integer. For 5.23 we will call it as a floating point number. So it depends on the type of the value we are using. So for that, if we give the type, then it is called as data type. Okay. So data means it is nothing but real world thing. Like for example, if we consider laptop, computers, table, chair, mouse, and all human beings, animals, these are all comes under data. So like information. So human beings information, students information. Okay, if suppose from, for example, vehicles information. So those things comes under the data. So when we supply that data for the computer, so it will ask for the type, because so according to the definition of computer, it is an electronic machine which accepts input data. So input data means from real world it will accept the data. That is, user has to give the data. Okay. See, for example, if I give the students information like roll number, name, and all, if I type from the keyboard in an Excel sheet, okay, so roll number, name, and so on of the student is the real world data. So that we are giving for the computer. So according to definition, it is an electronic machine that accepts input data. So input, it will accept the data from the real world. Okay, for that type is required. So anything you type, for the type is required. If I type 5 or 5.23 for 5, it will consider it as integer. For 5.23, it will consider it as floating point number. Consideration means we have to tell for the computer that this is of type integer and this is of type floating point number. Okay, and so on. Data type is defined as the type of the data or value. For example, the data type of value 5 is int. Int is a keyword, integer is the meaning of that. 5.23 is float. Float is a keyword, or we can call data type. Floating point number is the meaning of that. Okay, so two things you have to remember here: int and float. Those are keywords as well as data type. Okay, before we came to this chapter, so we would have considered it as only keyword, but now we have to consider two things for this: keywords as well as data types. Okay. Next, data type or the type of the data or value is required for the following reasons. Okay. So next question comes: why do we require data type? Okay. To know the type of the data, that is value, that a variable uses in a program. So for two reasons we require the data type. That is, first reason is to know the type of the data, because 5 and 5.23 are different. Okay, and if you consider symbols, those are different. If you consider calculators, small letters, those things are different. Okay, so we have to know what type of data, what type of value we are giving for the computer. So to know the type of the data that a variable uses in a program. So values are stored in a variable. So for variable, we should tell which type of data we are giving. Next thing is to know the amount of memory required. Okay, see, I think yesterday I said, when you write 5 and 5.23, by looking at that number only you can say some space is required for 5.23. So because see if I write here 5 or 5 decimal point 23, so by typing only we can understand some more space is required. So here space in terms of what I write, but in computer memory space is different. There we will talk in terms of uh, bits and bytes. So I will explain. Okay. So so these are the units used for computer memory. Okay. Here just for your example I'm giving. So if I type 5.23, some extra space is required here. Okay. 5 decimal point 1 space is required, 2 another space, 3 another space is required. So in terms of space I'm giving example here, but when we go for the computer memory we have to talk in terms of bits and bytes. Okay. So for these two reasons we require the data type, to know the type of the data, to know how much amount of memory is required. See, if you consider like anything, if you want to keep it in your home in a particular place, some space is required there. Similarly here also, when you are storing some values in the computer memory, in that memory some space is required. Okay. So that is the meaning of second reason. Next, classification of data types. So first classification is basic or simple. It is also called as simple, or it is also called as primitive. Primitive means you can consider it as old. Old means whenever something is manufactured or developed at the initial stage, what they develop, those are called as primitive. Okay, without adding extra things for that. Okay. Or fundamental. Fundamental means again the meaning is basic only, without which we cannot proceed further. Okay. For example, we will consider like computer fundamentals. So computer fundamentals means definition, applications, types of computer, characteristics of computer. Those are the computer fundamentals. Similarly, for data types also, they have given the name as fundamental data types. So you can call by any of these names: basic data types, or simple data types, or primitive data types, or fundamental data types. Next comes the derived data types. Okay. So as the name itself tells, derived. Derived means from something it is derived. So already one thing is there. From that it is derived. Derivation. We'll call it as derivation in physics and mathematics. Derivation means which way we are deriving. So deriving in the sense already one existing item will be there. From that we are going to develop one more thing. So that is called derivation. Okay. So here derived data types means these are the data types which are developed by using basic data types. Okay. Next comes the user defined. The name itself tells you defined means created. So if a programmer creates his own data type, that is called as user defined. Okay. Now we'll go for classification here. So if you look at this classification, Mhm. Okay. So these are the classifications of data types in C and C++. In C language and C++ language, we use these categories. Okay. So three main types are basic, derived, and user defined, as we discussed now. Next, in basic, we have like 5 data types. So these, sorry, 6 data types. So 6 data types you have to consider with respect to C++. If we exclude this Boolean data type, then 5 data types with respect to C language. Okay. So first data type is, I said int. Int is a keyword here, int. You have to write in lowercase letters. The meaning of that is integer. Next data type is float. So this comes in basic data. This comes in basic data types. So float. So float data type. So it is a keyword. Float is a keyword. The meaning is floating point number. Okay, so we'll continue. So next data type is character, char. So char is also a keyword. The meaning of that is character. See, when you consider the character, this is like a special case, because so if I want to call some value as a character, so you can consider either digits or capital letters, small letters, or symbols. So in the character set we have discussed character set meaning not only capital letters and small letters. So generally whenever we look at the word character, we understand like it belongs to capital letters, small letters from A to Z, but it is not like that. Including capital letters, small letters, digits, and some all the symbols are also included in the character. But thing is you have to use single letter, single capital letter or single small letter, or single digit or single symbol, then the meaning of that is character. But all the categories we have to consider here: digits, symbols, and letters. Okay. Next, double. So double is a keyword. Again, the meaning is floating point only. The difference between float and double is, for float after a decimal point 6 places are allowed. That means if I say 5.0, so you can write 6 zeros. For double you can write 10 zeros. That means precision is more. Precision means after decimal point how much value we require, that is important here. Okay. For example, in some cases we will get the recurring value like 0.33, 0.66. Okay, you can take 6 values, say 10 values, like that. So double keyword is used to represent floating point number only, but much bigger value than the float. Okay. Then comes the void data type. So when we written some programs in the previous classes, for main function we have written void. Okay, void. The meaning, this meaning I will tell you in functions chapter. Okay. Next comes the boolean data type. So this is with respect to C++. So when we go for C++ programming language, there we will discuss about boolean data type. So now let us consider 5 basic types: int, float, char, double, and void. Okay. Now coming to the derived data types, see here all these data types are actually individual chapters here. Arrays, functions, pointers and references comes in one chapter. Arrays one chapter, functions is another chapter. Next comes the user defined data type. So in user defined data types also, structure is one chapter. Class comes in C++, not in C language. So whereas union and enumeration we can consider in C language only, but each individual chapters these are all. So we can discuss there only. Now let us discuss about the basic types in this chapter. So now we can take down this classification, all of it. Okay, we will move further. See, from the above classification, you just observe these words because these are the keywords. So again, I'm telling, like when we discussed the keywords, I said if you if you are okay with like memorization, you can do it. We had all the keywords, 32 keywords, or else program by program we can remember the keywords. It's not a big thing. And in Turbos editor, keywords appear in white color, so it's not a rule again. So just to make a difference between keywords identifiers, they have made it like that. Even we can change the color in in some editors, some colors they have given. Okay, but when we type in a notepad, in a MS Word or in notepad, so black, in black color only it will appear. So for example, here I have made it as bold. So if I write simply int here, so it is not bold or it is not in any color. Okay, it is normal, whatever the default color they have used for MS Word. Okay, when we go for the editors, they have made it like that because to make a difference it will be very easy. Okay, so here you should note down these things. So because when we write an identifier, if we remember the keywords, then there will be no chance of making mistake. Okay, the words int, float, char, double, void, bool. Bool means boolean. Meaning is boolean. You just look at this diagram. Meaning is boolean. Boolean means true or false. The result will be either true or false. Next, class. Class comes in C++, but still you can note down that is a keyword. Struct. Struct is a keyword. It is used in C and C++ both. See, the keywords which we use in C will be used in C++ also. But the keywords which are unique only to C++ language, that we will not use in C language. For example, class is a keyword used in C++, but we will not use in C language. Whereas struct is a keyword which we use both in C language and C++ language. And these keywords also, int, float, char, double, void, these keywords we will use in both C and C++. Union is a keyword, enum, enumeration. So enumeration is just like structure and union. So in that chapter we will discuss. So these are the keywords. Okay, and these are also called as data types. Okay, so int, float, char, double, void, bool, these are basic data types. Class, struct, union, enum are user defined data types. So two things we have to remember here: data types as well as keywords. And you can categorize here. So int, float, char, double, void, boolean comes in basic data types. Class, struct, union, enum comes in user defined data types. Okay, the data type uh, boolean, see, is defined in C++. Okay, next, so as I said, when we give a value for the computer, it will accept it and it will store it in a computer memory. So their space is required. Okay, see, space what we discuss according to the real world is different from the space what we discuss according to the computer memory, because computer understands only binary language, that is 0 and 1. So this you remember. Okay, it will not understand any English or Kannada or Telugu, nothing. Only it will understand 0 and 1. But still, we get a question like, so when we type something in regional, say nowadays technology is something like, if you type in Kannada also it will accept. You might have observed while typing WhatsApp messages and all. And if you type in Hindi, Telugu, it will accept. The thing is, they will convert that into binary language. That is the thing. Finally, it has to convert to binary language, that is 0 and 1. So we will see what is this 0 and 1. Okay. So memory, these are the memory units of computer. So one bit equals to either 0 or 1, not both. If you write 1 0, that is 1 bit, or if you write 1 1 1, that is uh, bit. Okay, so 1 bit means either you should consider as 0 or you should consider as 1. Don't write here 1 bit means 0 and 1. So when you write the word and, both are considered. Okay, so you have to write the word or here, either 0 or 1, not both. But if you write a combination, that is accepted. So like 8 bits means 8 combination of either 8 zeros or 8 ones or 4 zeros 4 ones mixture. However, you can write 8 bits equals to 1 byte. Such 1024 bytes equals to 1 kb, 1 kilobyte. Okay, 1024 kilobytes equals to 1 MB, 1024 MB equals to 1 GB. Now TB also it is there. Till here I have written, that's all. Okay, so this is the memory representation. Okay, again I will tell you, 1 bit means it consider only 0 or only 1, not both. When you go for the byte concept, then you can consider both zeros and ones. 8 bits means either 8 zeros or 8 ones or 4 zeros 4 ones, any combination you can consider, but you have to consider only 8, not 10. You should not say like 10 bits equal to 1 byte. No, 8 bits equal to 1 byte. If we add 8 more bits to this, it will become 2 bytes. So 2 into 8. Okay, 16 16 bits makes 2 byte. Such 1024 bytes if you consider 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes if you consider 1 megabyte, 1024 megabyte if you consider 1 GB. Okay. So now for data types, we will go to the second level. That's all. That is bits and byte. First and second level we will go. So basic data types, int. Okay, int type. You can call it as int data type, or you can call it as int type. If you say type, the meaning is data type only. Okay. The data type int is used to define. See, in when we write a program, we will consider the words define as well as one more word is there here, declare. So I'll tell you both the difference. I'll tell you. Okay, define or declare we will consider. But when we go for basic data types, for creating variables, if you write define, the meaning is same, define and declare. When we go for functions chapter, declare and define will become different. There I will tell you. So here either you can write declare or define, both are same. So general meaning is to store here. The data type int is used to define means to store. So what to store? Integer numbers. So integer numbers we can store in a variable. So whenever we consider the data type, remember, in addition to the data type, variable concept will come. That is for sure, because simply if I write like int, 1 minute. See, if I write int, after int, if I don't write anything, that is meaningless, because so when you write the data type, the meaning of int is to store integer values where we are storing. So that we have to mention here, because in front of int I have not written anything, and we are telling we are storing integer values. Where we are storing? We are storing in a computer memory. That computer memory is indicated by this variable. So a is a variable. So in variable a we are storing the integer value. So that completes the meaning. Int a semicolon. If we just write only int, that is meaningless. Okay, it will show an error. Okay, so that means whenever we consider the data types, we have to consider the variable also. The data type int is used to define, that is store integer numbers. It is understood that in variables only, integer numbers. Just I have written in integer numbers, you understand that we are storing integer numbers in variables. Okay, then so whenever we consider the data type, we have to consider the size also, that is memory. So as we discussed in reasons, the data type is required for the following reasons, that is to know the type, to know the amount of memory. So memory means space. So memory, we have to talk in terms of bits and byte. Okay, the size of integer is 16 bits. Bits means here 2 bytes, because 8 bits makes 1 byte, 16 bits makes 2 bytes, or 32 bits. 32 bits means 4 bytes. So 32 divided by 8 you do will get 4, or else 8 into 4 you do 32 will get it. Okay, because 8 bits equals to 1 byte, 2 into 8 16, like that 4 into 8 32 bits you will get it. So the size of integer is 16 bits, or that is 2 bytes, or 32 bits, that is 4 bytes. Whenever you mention the size, you can either mention in bytes or bits. Okay, if you mention 16 bits, it is understood that 2 bytes. If you mention 2 bytes, it is understood that it is 16 bits. Okay, next coming to the float type. So float type is used to define, that is to store floating point numbers. So floating point numbers means, for example, we discussed in the definition 5.23. So this is the floating point number. In floating point number, we have two options. One is this one, that is first form, fractional form. Another one is scientific notation. So 5.23e5. So like in mathematics, we write 5.23 into 10 raised to. Okay, so here we'll write 10 raised to 4 like that, or 10 raised to 5. This is the mathematical way of representation. When you consider with respect to C language, so instead of 10 raised to, we'll write it as E. That is scientific notation or exponent form. Okay. The size of floating point number, that is float data type, is 32 bits. So here it is fixed. In case of int, it may be 16 or 32 depending on the computer machine. But here, for example, for float, it is 32 bits. 32 bits means 4 bytes. Okay, more than the int. We can consider it as more than the int. So in some cases, if we consider 32 bits for integer, same memory we can consider for floating point value also. If you consider 16 bits for integer, if you compare with 32 bits, it is more than the int. Okay. Next, character data type. So here character meaning, I said capital letters, small letters, digits, symbols. 3 categories you have to consider. But you have to consider only one. Okay. Either if you consider capital letter or small letter or a digit or a symbol, only one you have to consider. Okay. In capital letters category, if you consider, you have to write one capital letter or one small letter or one digit or one symbol. The data type CHR is used to define, that is to store a single character. So as I said, you have to use single character, or a group of characters called. If you are using more than one character, this is called as a string, not the character. Okay. data type is character only, but the meaning is string. Okay, string constant we can put into string constant category. We use single character, we have to put in character constant category. Okay, the size of character is 8 bits. Okay, in case of string, each character is allocated 8 bits. 8 bits means 1 byte. So if we talk in terms of byte, 1 byte. So in case of string, string means group of characters, right? For each character we have to consider 1 byte. Okay, then comes the double data type. The double data type is used to define, that is to store floating point numbers only with much higher precision. So as I said, say if I consider like 5.00 zeros I have used. For this, we can consider it as float. Okay. Now, if I want still more precision, like instead of 6 zeros, if I want 10 zeros, okay, they have written 10 zeros. For this, you should not consider float data type. You have to consider double data type. That is the difference here. Okay, because here precision is more, length is more. 5.10 places it is allowing after decimal point, but here it is allowing only 6 places. If it is allowing 6 places, it is of type float. If it is allowing 10 places, it is of type double. Similarity is both are floating point numbers only. In terms of memory also there is a difference. If you look at the float, 32 bits is there, that is 4 bytes. If you look at the double, 64 bits is there, that is 8 bytes. Okay, in terms of memory also, see the name itself tells double means what? Twice. Okay, so for float if it is 4 bytes, for double it will be 8 bytes. Okay, that is the meaning of double. But similarity is both are floating point numbers only, both are used to store floating point numbers only. Okay, next you take till here. So there is a 1 minute, we'll discuss this also. The below table shows the basic data types along with their range in values and their size in bits. Okay, so int, character, float, and double. The typical size in bits and bytes both have given. So 16 bits means 2 bytes, 32 bits means 4 bytes, 8 bits means 1 byte, 32 bits is 4 bytes, 64 bits is 8 bytes. Then range in value. So range in value means, for example, if I tell store the integer value, you may get a question like whether we can store positive or negative. Yes, that is allowed. You can store either the positive number or negative number. And then in negative, what is the maximum value? And that is minimum value. That means negative means -1, -2 means it is minimum. And in positive, what is the maximum value? Okay, in negative, my minimum value is -32,768. So if you consider it as maximum, then it's fine. So 32,768 is the maximum you can consider. So you cannot go beyond this. You cannot store 32,769. Okay, for that something should be added for it. I will tell you later. And maximum value is 32,767. Okay, in case of 16 bits and 32 bits. Okay, next character. So character 1 byte. See, actually this -122, 127 to +127, these are the ASCII values. So while discussing character constant, we have discussed ASCII values, about ASCII value. Capital letter A occupies 65, capital letter B 66, C 67. In that way, A to Z is there. Similarly, A, small letter A 97, B 98 up to Z. For 0, 48, for 1, 49, like that. Okay, if you consider that way, -127 to 127. These are the ASCII values actually. Float. Okay. But while typing the character, we will not consider the ASCII value. That means we need not remember the ASCII value. Simply you type the character, computer will automatically accept the ASCII value and store it in a computer memory. Okay. Next, for float, 32 bits, 4 bytes. So 6 digits of precision. So as I gave example, like I said, after 5 decimal point, 5.6 zeros you can consider. Okay. This is 6 digits of precision. Similarly, for double, 10 digits of precision. So after decimal point, 10 places it will allow you to store. That is the range of values. Okay. So now you can take down this basic data types. So after the classification diagram, you just write from here the words int, float, char, double, void, boolean, class, or keywords from the roster.